For Drako Dissertate videos, I don't normally take suggestions. I find that the games I choose to immerse myself in result in better reviews and videos. Blind opinions based on my personal experiences and interests I chose myself are stronger, and honestly tend to be more genuine. If I took requests, we'd be reviewing Fling Smash for the Wii and Glover for the PS1. Do you see the problem here? My good friend Zach tweeted me about a game called Void Bastards. Curious, I looked into it and gave the game a shot. Void Bastards is best described as if Alien Isolation's art director was an indie graphic novelist. That is a horrible description. God damn, I love this game. I love its art style, its gameplay loop, its humor. In Void Bastards, you play as clients controlled by a parasitic robot, given certain tasks by a greater being to travel into space searching for parts and pieces to complete objectives. Sometimes it's forging a social security card, other times it's finding the computer to forge a social security card on. You crawl through dingy ships, gun in hand, looting whatever can help you progress. Ship after ship you crawl through, never knowing what's around the next corner. Oh, it's just an alien baby calling you a dickwad. Whenever you die, your parasitic robot, which I guess is technically the player, returns to the mothership, where a new human is created using powder and water. Just saying, totally botched opportunity to make the humans out of those pills you put in water and would turn into foam dinosaurs. The game attempts a graphic novel style of art, with simple shades changing to darker tones with shading, lighting, and thick lining. It's simple, but the set color palettes of each ship you explore differed only by darker and lighter shades to help with lighting, makes it honestly unique from anything I've ever seen. Not only the visual style, but the humor of this game makes the in-betweens of the action really enjoyable. Stupid jokes are thrown around all the time, furthering the graphic novel aesthetic. The game doesn't take itself seriously, and it makes it so much more enjoyable as a whole when the gameplay starts to dry out. Throughout the game, you make progress by completing task after task given by Bax, an artificial intelligence, in order to restore the Void Ark. You'll need to replace an FTL drive, which you'll realize needs a citizen card, so you'll have to cross ship to ship, scrapping resources for upgrades, equipment, and food and fuel to continue to your destination. One of my favorite details about this game is how it's so perfectly built on a system of pros and cons, and your ability to manage the trade-offs of each docking, managing the possibility that you'll have to waste ammunition to defend yourself to grab more fuel and food, or that sometimes a ship's threat might not be worth it, so you'll skip it and move on to the next one. It's all about playing your cards right, and taking risks for rewards. Playing your cards wrong and you'll be stuck on a ship with a screw without any effective way of defending yourself. What ship dockings offer adds to the risk and reward of the system as well, giving you the ability to avoid docking on a stop completely and moving on to the next one if the items possible to obtain on it just aren't worth the possible damage you'll take. The fear of dying mixed with the simple ambiance of the game with the sounds of enemies behind closed doors makes the game so tense and enjoyable. Every time you die, you don't have to completely restart, as your ship will be closer every time to begin with a new client. Even with new weapons and equipment, the gameplay on its own might become stale if not for the ever-changing tactics you can take into situations, all revolving around your equipment. You could say, equip the Zapper, allowing you to stun turrets and other machinery. The goal of Void Bastards is really to loot and run, not go for the most kills, and the Zapper works perfectly in that regards, stunning the terrifying and incredibly dangerous sec bots and overall avoiding a fight. But maybe you run out of ammo for the Zapper. Well, you can equip the Spiker and take a more methodical and stealthy approach. It's slow and tedious, but shooting an enemy with the Spiker doesn't alert them and slowly poisons and drains their health. Or maybe you can instead use the Kitty Bot, a bot that distracts enemies and that explodes. Not the safest and most effective job, but if your gun is out of ammo, it's easy to lock away certain enemies in rooms, and helps you get through sticky situations. Each item has a use, and even the beginning items like the regulator pistol you get from the very beginning doesn't lose its worth late into the game, making your approach to situations, knowing what it will be like, super enjoyable. You get a quick rundown of what you'll find before boarding a ship to raid for supplies, and each enemy changes up how you'd want to take the area on. For example, the Tumors, aka ugly little fucking bulges with fedoras, explode when they see you or are killed. What the fuck are you? Making the Stapler a severely ineffective and dangerous weapon to use effectively, as in any range of a tumor you can do damage. Once it explodes, you'll take damage. What? Janitors are general enemies that shoot at you once they see you, but their smaller counterpart, these stupid babies that keep calling me slurs when I'm streaming the game. It's a little floating baby, and it literally just called me a dick. Can fit in vents, rendering the idea of hiding in a vent worthless. Each enemy that will be in a situation paired with how many of those enemies, the security, what loot is available, and more, makes a give or take decision on every ship you find, as well as the path you'd like to take. It turns a simple game far more complex and enjoyable than what comes off the cover, and I'd recommend it for anybody. Stupid little fucking babies.